It's All Right for You Women, a dramatised presentation by a few forgotten women.
Dundee Courier, 1st of October 1938.
Frantic scenes at Welcome Home. Britain's tremendous welcome to its peace premiere began at Heston. When Mr. Chamberlain landed there at 5:40 last night, he captured the spirit of the moment. He drew from his pocket the British-German anti-war agreement and cried to the crowd, "Here is a paper which bears Herr Hitler's name upon it as well as mine," and then proceeded to read it. Hours before his arrival, crowds had gathered at the airport and all roads were blocked with cars. It was raining hard when the plane was seen, like a silvery dove of peace against the grey background of rain.
This is our own BBC organist, Sandy McPherson, in the Twilight Hour.
How's that job of yours going in the drawing office at Adams's?
It's okay, Dad. There's only really me and another girl. The rest are men. Although sometimes it is difficult to get them to take us seriously. They just think we're going to go off, get married, leave and have children.
Is that what you want to do?
No, she doesn't. She wants to get on. Make the most of her education, don't you, Phil?
Yes, I do. And I could do well. I'm on top of all the work they set me. Why are you asking, Dad?
There's an advert in the paper. Design draftswoman. Bored, frustrated? Does your present position satisfy your capabilities? If not, then join our small team with more interesting projects than they can possibly cope with without your assistance.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yes, our company is one of the country's leading engineering works. The position requires a responsible person who can design and interpret drawing. Salary negotiable depending on age and experience. Apply in writing and so on. What do you think? Should I go for it? Grandad won't be upset, will he? I mean, he did get me the job at Adams's.
Of course not. He wants you to get on, make a career for yourself.
The Sunday Sun, March the 13th, 1939. Hitler marches again.
What of the future? Will the lessons of the Austrian situation be learned?
If not, Hitler will move against Czechoslovakia this summer.
Only the peaceful democracies drawing together under France and Britain can save the situation.
How's the new job?
It's different. It's drawing engineering machine. Some of the sections are designing weapons. A bit hush-hush. They don't talk about it much.
You'll soon pick it up. You're quick and you're good at detail.
I suppose, but working on weapons doesn't give much hope for the future. Especially, well, I've met someone and he's really nice, kind and considerate.
But I thought you were pining after Kenneth.
I'm not sure what I want, excitement or peace of mind.
I am speaking to you from the Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
Parliament take action?
May 1939.
Military Training Act.
Men aged 20 to 22 to train for 6 months.
September the 3rd, 1939.
Armed Forces Act.
Conscripts, all able-bodied men aged 18 to 41.
Except medically unfit.
Or work in key industries.
Single men called up before married men.
September the 29th, 1939.
National Registration Day.
All must register to gain identity cards and ration books.
Oh, the market's busy today. Come on, Betty. We have to get this shopping done. We need to get some tea on before your father gets home. I tell you what, you go to the butcher stall over there and get some sausage. Will I get the veg from Mrs. Frost? Hello, Mrs. Frost. My usual order, please. Mr. Frost not here today.
Hello, Mrs. Parr. No, and I'm afraid he won't be here at all after next week.
Oh, tell me you aren't giving up. Where will we get our farm supplies from? Veg and cheese, eggs, and your lovely farm butter.
I'm as sorry as you are, and twice as angry.
What's gone on?
Lane End Farm has been compulsorily purchased by the Ministry of Defence.
What? What?
They're going to build accommodation for the people working in the munitions factory down the road. Fred is devastated. His father came here from Bury and we bought the farm and built it up over the past 15 years. It was going to our boys.
Can't you protest? Do something. Get a petition going. Oh, I don't know. Do something.
No, nothing. A very official-looking chap with his briefcase arrived, put the papers on the table and told us we have to be out in 3 weeks. No redress.
How awful. We will really miss you both. We'll see you next week, though.
Yes, for the last time.
Yorkshire Evening Post, Saturday, November 16th, 1940.
The Coventry Raid.
Cathedral spire alone stands, rest of building a heap of ruins.
Although the spire of Coventry Cathedral still stands, the body of the once beautiful building is little more than a skeleton, masses of rubble forming huge mounds within its blackened walls. Other targets of the raid that lasted all Thursday night included 2 hospitals, 2 churches, hotels, clubs, cinemas, public shelters, public baths, a school, police station and post office. In addition to the churches, a Methodist chapel was also wrecked, as well as a library with thousands of volumes and treasured manuscripts, a hall, a ward and an operating theatre. Total war required total national commitment. The Celtic fringes, the Empire, women, no group was exempt.
1941.
Conscription of women.
Women had choices on ways to serve.
ATS, Auxiliary Territorial Service.
WVS, Women's Voluntary Service.
Special Operations Executive.
Women's Land Army.
WAF, Women's Auxiliary Air Force.
RENS, Women's Royal Navy Service.
FANY, First Aid Nursing Yeomanry.
National Fire Service Auxiliary Transport.
Dot, I need you to come with me.
Where or why?
We've been conscripted. So there's the Women's Land Army or munitions, armed services. But I'm a draftswoman and there are technical women needed. And you know, Kane and I have been going out and he's really lovely and he's a draftsman too. He wasn't medically fit to be called up, so he's been directed to go to the Rover factory in Coventry.
Making cars?
Well, not exactly. Bit hush hush. But as far as I can follow, they're making aeroplanes, and he wants me to go with him.
Oh, what's our dad going to say?
Well, that is the point. Lodgings are very thin on the ground, and we could lodge together if we get married.
Crikey, that's a bit quick. Do you love him? Are you sure?
Well, he loves me, and I'm really very fond of him. But it makes sense. Things are changing, and we need to make choices, not always the ones we wanted.
What's this, a deputation?
No, Dad. But there is something I need to talk to you about.
Better get your mother then, as it seems important. It warrants a deputation.
Mum, can you just come here for a minute, please?
What's so important?
Well, young lady, what?
We've been called up, Dad, and the logical thing is for me to carry on with my technical drawing, especially as I'm doing okay now. I've got used to the work. I've even been on one of the weapons drawings.
Oh, my dear. My daughter drawing weapons doesn't bear thinking about.
Yes, Mum, but it is preferable to working in munitions. And to be honest, I'm not a farming person or would like to be regimented in one of the services. Kane is being directed to the Rover car factory in Coventry, and I could go with him.
Oh, cars isn't so bad.
It isn't cars, Mum. They've converted the car factories into making planes.
Where would you live?
Well, you know the Lovett family, Eddie and Frida, friends of Grandad? Well, they're going to live in Coventry. They've got a house and they have a room Kane and I could use during the week and come home at weekends.
Just hold your horses, young lady. No daughter of mine is sharing a room with a man, even if there is a war on.
Well, that's the thing, Dad. Kane has asked me to marry him. We'll be married.
This is a bit sudden, isn't it?
She isn't in the family way, Mum. They love each other, and it will keep them together in this terrible time when people are being separated and don't know when they'll see each other again. It could be a spring wedding.
It's about arrangement. This clothes, reception. Things are on ration, you know. You can't get a dress or anything.
Mum, these things aren't so important. There's people dying and being separated.
Coventry's a dangerous place, love.
Everywhere is, Dad.
Put that light out.
Have a heart, trying to see my sailor boy's face. He's off to the frozen waste tomorrow. Who knows when I will see him again?
You keep quiet. Kelly's talk costs lives.
(1942). Despite high security and censorship, thousands of pottery workers turned out to see the King and Queen when they visited the munitions factory at Swinnerton on a morale-boosting trip to Staffordshire.
Oh, Gwyn, it is good to see you, but you look terrible.
Thank you.
Well, your skin is all blotchy and yellowish.
That's not the only thing. My hair is like straw and I keep feeling sick.
And your hair was so silky.
I can't do anything with it now. Good job scarves are all the rage. But give me all the news. How's Phil and Bet?
Don't know much, really. Bet is in Shropshire, working on a farm.
Oh, I heard your friend Millie had been working on a farm, but didn't like it, or she didn't get on well or something.
Yeah, she's gone into munitions now. But Jim husband, well, he goes on and on about her coming home in the state you were in. I think he hit her, but you can't always see the bruises under the yellow skin.
Oh, that's awful.
I think it was him that made her leave the farm as well.
This war has brought so much suffering. Tell me about Phil. How's she doing in Coventry?
Okay, she comes home for weekends on the train. Got a spark in her eye last week for sticking her head out of the window, silly thing. She and Kane seemed quite happy. It's good they're living with people they know, though.
Who's that then?
The Loverts, you know, Grandad's friends.
Oh, of course, Mum mentioned it. Auntie Martha and Uncle are okay? Still with the Tunstall-friendly society with Grandad?
Yes, they like your mum and dad. Parents in a million.
I didn't only come for the news. Do you fancy the pictures tonight?
That'd be really good. Haven't been out for ages.
An exchange of letters between the sisters.
Phyllis's Lodging, 153 Blackberry Avenue, Coventry, May 1943.
Dear Phyllis, I miss you so much. It's your first wedding anniversary, and I don't suppose you've been able to do anything to celebrate. How is your work, or can't you talk about it? I don't see Mum and Dad, or Dorothy either, as we only get a pass after 6 months. I had to use some coupons for the uniform, not as many as you would for ordinary clothes. The work on the land is hard, especially when the weather is cold and wet. There are all sorts of jobs we have to do. The farmer didn't want us at first, but he's getting used to us as we're helping his farm. The ministry have been with a farm survey recording everything that goes on. There are some POWs working here, because it's a big farm. They live in separate sheds. Well, they feel like sheds. One of the lads seems to try and work near me. He is German, but speaks a bit of English. Oddie's German, but he seems a decent lad. Ordinary, like we have round our place. Comes cadging ciggies if he can get away with it. I wish this war would end soon. I want to go home. Your loving sister, Betty.
Betty's Lodging, Holly Tree Farm, Wem, Shropshire, June 1943.
My dear sister, I miss you so much too. You had better watch your step getting involved with POWs. Not allowed, you know. And what about your Raymond? He must really be missing you and longing to get back to you. It's all right for you, dear sister. You have your devoted husband with you. I have letters which don't say anything because they're censored. How are you? Longing to hold you in my arms again. I love you. I can't even ask what he was wearing, as the sort of clothes will hint at where in the world he is. We did celebrate our anniversary. We went to the pictures and saw the Desert Song, a musical. Kane wasn't very keen. He prefers westerns, but I enjoyed it. It was in Technicolor. We can't say what we are doing, but Frida sends her love. She is pregnant and says she is so big she thinks it's twins. Write again soon and let me know how you are doing. All my love, Phil.
Holly Tree Farm, Wen, Shropshire, November 1943.
Dear Betty, hope you're okay. I haven't heard from you for ages. Last weekend when we went home, Mum and Dad weren't very well with colds, and Dot's foot, where she was run over by the Blackpool tram, is giving her a lot of pain. It's difficult to get to see the chiropodist and gets more expensive. Please write and tell me how you are. All my love, Phil.
153 Blackberry Lane, Coventry, December 1943.
Dear Phil, I don't know what to do. That's why I haven't written. Things are difficult here. It's hard. Well, why is it that you haven't written? I just have to say it. I'm pregnant. Oh no, our Betty, what are we going to do? You warned me to keep away from Herman, but you know me, I didn't take any notice. I was lonely and missed you and Mum and Dad, Dot and Ray. It just happened. Please don't tell Mum and Dad, or Dot either. I'll have to work out what to do. Please write soon, as I need your letters. They keep me going. Love from your sister, Betty.
January 1944.
Hello, Phil?
Betty, is that you?
Yes.
What's happened? Are you okay?
You didn't tell Mum and Dad at Christmas, did you?
What? About the baby?
Yes, well, I'm not anymore.
Not pregnant, you mean? What happened? Are you okay?
Yes, well, I've been in hospital.
Did you lose the baby? How?
I was working in the stable with Bonnie, a horse I've been looking after, and she kicked me in the stomach. Nobody knew I was pregnant, but because I was in pain, they took me to hospital, and I lost the baby. Mum and Dad don't need to know now, or Dot, and not Ray either. I don't know where he is anyway.
How did you go on for money?
I'd saved some wages.
Do you need anything? I have some money if you need it. We don't have a lot as we have to pay board and lodgings and there's a train fare every week, but I can give you a bit.
Thanks, love, but it's okay. They say if I don't get stronger, I may be sent home.
Please take care of yourself. I can't wait to give you a big hug.
Oh, heck, there's the pips, and I don't have any more money. I love...
Irvine Herald, 22nd of December 1944. They predicted height of D-Day waves along Normandy coast. Success of Allied landings depended on accurate forecasts.
Few people have heard of the Naval Meteorological Service, but this important branch of the Navy played a big part in preparations for the Allied landings in North Africa and Normandy. It was the weather experts attached to the Naval Meteorological Service who supplied specialised forecasts of beach landing conditions before the huge Normandy operations. They were able to predict to the nearest foot the mean height of the breakers along any given stretch of the Normandy coast. It is probable that, but for this preliminary backroom investigations, the landings would not have been considered practicable at the time.
1944.
June the 4th, Rome captured.
June the 6th, D-Day. Allies land in Normandy.
June the 15th, Buzz bomb offensive against southern England begins.
August the 15th, Allies land in southern France.
August the 22nd, Paris liberated.
September the 11th, Luxembourg liberated.
September 17th, 1st Airborne Division lands at Arnhem.
October the 1st, German cross-channel guns captured.
October the 9th, Churchill and Eden arrive in Moscow for talks with Stalin and Molotov.
October the 15th, British occupy Athens.
November 12th, Lancasters sink the Tirpitz.
December the 3rd, revolt in Greece.
December the 20th, Rundstedt's counter-offensive against American army.
May the 8th, 1945, brought the Second World War in Europe to an end.
Fighting still continued in other parts of the world.
Vera, make sure those tables are together and see if George has any more chairs in the chapel schoolroom.
Who have we got now? I've got lots of plates to put it on.
Well, there's the Lord Woolton's pie that Miss Jackson made, a hominy pie that I made with veg from our garden, and I'd still dig for victory now the war's finished. The veg have been lovely. There's pork faggots. Now that sounds grand, but they're made with offal, so don't tell anyone.
The veg might be nice, but I'll never get used to powdered eggs or eggless fruit cake.
We've several of those. I wonder what Mrs. Mere has bought.
Hello, ladies. It looks as though the weather's going to be kind.
It's threatening over Bill's mother, but I think we'll be okay.
I've bought you some lovely little cakes. The children will love them. Made with eggs laid from my own hands.
You might know she'd have something better than anyone else.
Well, I'm sorry, Joan. You'll have to put up with dripping sandwiches. If you mix some of your cakes with some of the carroty ones Mrs. Wharton made and put one plate on each table, everyone will have a chance to have one.
Oh, if you say so.
Get our Mary to get the drinks underway.
Are Martha's girls coming, Lizzie? Or can't they get away?
Dorothy's here, of course. She stayed at home because of her foot. She was helping in the shop, though. I think Betty's coming. She isn't that well at the moment, and she's got a doctor's note. She'd not been well since she was in hospital.
She was kicked by a horse on the farm, wasn't she?
Yes, she's at home at the moment. Not sure about Phyllis, though. She has done well at the Rover in Coventry. She's looking to get a good job. Promotion now the war's over. When they come back...
It'll be difficult as there'll be lots of men coming back and wanting jobs.
But if she gets in early, we're hoping she'll do well. Get on. It's a new world for young women, if they just get the opportunity.
Perhaps the farmer will give Betty some eggs and butter as a donation to the party.
Mr. Grimes does have a soft spot for Betty. She did work hard and did long hours before the accident.
What's Betty going to do after the war? She won't stay on the farm, will she?
Oh no, she's very sociable though, so she'll probably go and work in the shop. Take after Dorothy. They both enjoy the shop. They can talk to their heart's content and meet people.
Didn't she have a young man in the Navy?
Raymond. Yes, we haven't heard from him for a while.
It's worrying. Have you heard about Albert Evans? He was in the paper. Ginny Evans thought they'd never see him again, as they hadn't heard from him for ages. Then they got a letter to say he was okay, but he was a prisoner of war in Italy. Well, they got away from the camp, but he was sent back to his regiment to go start liberating Germany. Ginny was nearly out of her mind with worry.
Bill got some more chairs. What are those children doing climbing on the chairs and tables? They should be in the Sunday school getting into their fancy dress.
The ones I've seen are so lovely. Their mums have made a real effort. They haven't got much to work with in the first place, and they'll have to do with sheets for tablecloths. Has anyone got a camera which really should record all this?
Can't you do something about these crazy children? They're creating havoc in the schoolroom.
Isn't Mrs. Gladdy supposed to be helping in there?
Just keep them out of the way. I'm trying to salvage stuff to make polling booths for the election.
Oh, don't bring politics into today. We're supposed to be celebrating.
We might be celebrating victory in Europe, but there are still brave lads fighting in other places. I'm not sure we should be celebrating. What have we got to look forward to?
Oh, George, for goodness sake. We have to work together and make sure everyone looks after each other and not themselves.
What? With no jobs, no money, rationing?
Give it a rest, George.
It's all right for you women. You can carry on at home looking after the children, making, doing and mending. We men have to provide for the family. But how?
And I suppose all the women will be pushed back into the kitchen and all their sacrifice forgotten.
What sacrifice?
Well, look at me for a start. I'm yellow and have straw for hair. My friend Sarah has rashes all up her arm and lives at the blinking doctor's. Let's hope they get this national health thing going.
No, working in munitions for our Gwyneth hasn't been a bed of roses. She could have been blown up at any time. Lots of others were. They lost hands and lost arms.
Martha's girls, and all those like them, have done us proud. Phyllis in Coventry, how she dared go there when it was bombed so bad. Betty on the farm, and getting nearly kicked to death. I know Mr. Grimes didn't want her at first, said women couldn't do heavy work. But all those girls proved them wrong.
There's been a lot of suffering, the work and the loss. Gwyneth thought she was going to get married when Joe came home, but he will never come home.
Men don't always understand either. Look at poor Millie. Her husband throwing her out, saying he might catch something because she's yellow. Oh, hello, Arthur. Where's Martha?
She'll be here in a bit. Phyllis and Kane have got back. They'll be here in a while. Everyone seems a bit sombre. I thought we were supposed to be celebrating.
We are, but George brought up the election, and that started us off.
I know Mr. Churchill has got us through this war, but I don't like his attitude saying Attlee is like the Gestapo. We need to pull together, unify the country.
That's what we've just been saying. Share things out a bit. Get rid of the toffs. We're all equal before God.
Trouble is, some are more equal than others.
Oh, come on, everybody. Get all the children in. Let's have a photograph of our community. Something these children can tell their children about.
Who's got the flag?
Who is? Hang it up over there.
Hey up. Here comes Phyllis and Kane.
I hear you're going to be the first female executive round here.
I don't know about that. They're closing nurseries, so who will look after the babies?
How's that affect you?
Because I'm pregnant, so I will probably be staying at home.
Say cheese.
Not got any. It's on ration.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just tuned into It's All Right for You Women, a special VE Day production by the A Few Forgotten Women team. Written by Anne Simcock, recorded in our Cheshire studios by Margaret Roberts, and edited and produced in Berlin by Gwilim Simcock. Featuring team members with guest appearances by Paul Adamson, Dave Day and Richard Geary. This is Wendy Durston bidding you farewell for tonight. Keep your radios tuned, your spirits soaring, and as the lights dim, good night and Godspeed.